Still saying connected. Okay. Yep. Recording. All right.
Cool. So thank you guys for coming and to hear more about our healthy happy hour and just really our health and wellness and how we get to be a little passionate about teaching others how to get into a healthier lifestyle. We have a wonderful program that we coach people in, and we want to make sure that you have all the education and information so that either if you've done the program before, you can share it with friends. If it's something that you're interested in doing yourself, you get a lot of information on too. So Ashley and I are going to do a little presentation for you to tell you how it works, what it's entailed, why we're taking foods out and putting foods in that don't serve us, and how our bond fits in. So I have a little, there you go. So do you want to start?
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people like hear about the program or they see us posting about it, but they really want to know like what are the ins and outs and what can I expect my body to go through, right? Like what all does this really entail? So what's the fine print, right? So what you can expect from the detox is 28 days to a healthier you. So I like to say all the time that this is a lifestyle. It's not a quick fix. It's not a fad diet. It's not one of those, take these pills and drink this drink and all of a sudden you're 50 pounds lighter, because that's not sustainable. So our hope is that obviously it becomes something that you could incorporate into your day-to-day life, not just something that you could do for 28 days and never again, right? Not a fad diet, not a rapid weight loss program. A lot of people think that if you lose weight that you'll get healthy. Like I hear that a lot, like, well, I'm just going to work on losing some weight first and then I'll start to get healthy. But the truth of the matter is when you get healthy, the weight takes care of itself. Your body will really balance out. So the detox reveals foods that could be sabotaging your health. And we help to reprogram your body to efficiently remove the toxins, obviously reset your metabolism so you're not just sitting around all day feeling tired and sluggish, reduce food cravings. I think that was probably what the program has done the most for me. Y'all saw me eating those protein balls. Like I'm a sugar addict and I'm self-identifying that right now. But I love sweets and really struggled a lot with eating a lot of sugar. I had a very high sugar intake, but I was still like, I'm skinny, so it's okay. I can do it. But I didn't realize how much I was actually addicted to sugar until I did this program. And I'm glad to say my cravings are much, much better now. So with this program, there's no points. There's no counting calories or, I can't eat this because that'll be 5 points over my daily intake. We don't do any of that. We really just focus on, I know nobody has time to do that, right? Like it's hard enough to just eat healthy and live a good lifestyle. And if you're stressing about like, oh, I got to put this into my calorie tracker and yada, yada, yada all day, like it's a lot easier to just quit doing that. Exercise is not required on this program. It's encouraged if you want to. I tell a lot of my clients, don't start doing anything that you haven't already been doing. Like day one of eating healthy, if you've never hiked or climbed, probably not a good idea to go to the incline on your day one of your new life. But I guarantee you at the end of that, you'll probably feel like you could take on the world. Mm-hmm. So we provide you daily support through our Facebook group pages. So we have private closed groups that only clients that are doing the program with you and the coaches on our team are in. So it's private, it's safe and secure, so your business isn't just all out in the open on Facebook. And we give you day-to-day coaching on that as well. So you get a no kidding, day one, do this, day two, do this. So it's really a step-by-step. I'm Air Force, so I like to call it Army proof. It's Army proof, like anybody can read it and follow it. You also get your meal plans, your shopping list, and your recipes on this group as well. So even if you're completely new to healthy living or a clean lifestyle, really the only way to fail at this program is to quit. We walk you through everything, really handhold along the way so that you can be successful. So we'll teach you how to eat clean, and no, it's not boring. It's not like boiled chicken and brown rice every day. Trust me, I couldn't live like that. So we have really fun recipes. Like we do taco bowls, we do pizza, I do fried chicken. I had to find a way to make healthy fried chicken because I'm from the South. So pizza, I mean, it's crazy all the recipes that we come up with. So I always like to take comfort foods that our American culture we love and make it into a healthy option. You'll learn what foods to remove over the 28 days, and not just, hey, remove this because the coach has said so, but why you're removing it and what it's doing to your body. So teaching you about that, and of course how to increase your nutritional intake, balance your blood sugar out, so you're eating throughout the day, so you're not just going hungry and like waiting on your next magic drink or something like that. And then how to reincorporate those foods back into your diet after the 28 days if you so choose. I think we notice a lot of times people are like, oh, I missed this thing. Usually around the first week, they're really craving something. And then at the end of the 28 days, they're like, now that I can have it, I don't even want it, So maybe it's a lot more mental to think like, I'm not supposed to eat this right now, so you want it. And then when you can have it, you're like, I really don't want it. Like my body's kind of like, yeah, please don't do that to me. We're good now. So we'll switch this over.
So we all really must detoxify sometimes. We think about like your house. You want to give your house a spring cleaning. Every once in a while, you want to take your car in to get all the stuff checked and lines flushed and new stuff put in. But we don't tend to even think about ever doing that with our body. So really anything that your body cannot use as energy can be a toxin. And so we go through a couple things here. GMOs is a really, really big one. And I think nowadays a lot of people are more talking about genetically modified organisms, that they're plants that have been changed on a molecular level to withstand pesticides and herbicides that are sprayed on our crops. So the things that we've been eating 20 years ago might look like a tomato, but it might not really be a tomato, right?
So scary.
At least in the nutrition form. So the problem is that if you change our food, it's no longer the same, and our bodies don't know how to process it anymore. So instead of being nutritious, it's now a toxic item that goes into our body. And so toxins can come from a lot of different things. I mean, it's just in the air in general, but it comes from our food, it comes from our skincare and hair care. Really anything that you put in or on your body, if it's not helping you, it could be harming you. So here are some symptoms of toxin overload. A lot of people don't really think about it. They might have just some sleep issues or like the sugar cravings like Ashley was talking about, maybe allergies. As you may have gotten older, you might say, gosh, I never had these allergies before, but now I do. Sometimes we go into stages in our life where we get depressed or have anxiety or other stuff starts happening. I know the brain fog for me was a big one. Especially at the end of my week, I would just start to like, it would be Friday night or Friday at work, and I'd just be thinking, okay, where did I put this? What was I supposed to do? A weekend would come and I'd have I knew I was at the store for something, like all these things, but I never realized it was brain fog until I've done this program. And then it was like, I took a happy pill, or I took it like something that just like gave me all this alertness and promptness and clarity in my thinking, which was so nice. But a lot of these things are things that stem from toxin overload, and they're things that go above and beyond this into a variety of medical conditions and issues that we have. So look at that. I'm sure everybody has at least one thing on here, if not a few. So bathtub analogy, I'll let Ashley do that one.
So a lot of times we'll do a kind of a program, or maybe we'll get this like boost of energy where we're like, I'm going to start exercising. I mean, we just got past the new year, new me, the New Year's resolutions, and you saw everybody posting on Facebook their goals for 2017. And maybe if you were in the gym, it was completely packed at that time. And now we're like almost at the end of February, it's already kind of fizzled out. So a lot of times, like, we plateau in the traditional weight loss. because we don't actually get to the root cause. Like, we're trying to work what's going on the outside, but we're not taking care of what's going on the inside. So think of your body being a bathtub, and just, y'all bear with me on this one. It's going to come full circle, I promise. So if you think of like your drains are all clogged, right? And you're just putting stuff in, like you're intaking food or maybe stuff that's not that great for you. And you're just intaking, but you really don't have a good drain system going. So eventually that's going to completely spill over, right? Like all the plugs are clogged, so it's going to spill over, and we call that the good old muffin top, or tons of fun, more to love, whatever you want to call it. Like, there's all kinds of names that we can church it up, but the reality is it's excess unhealthy weight. So until you properly clean that drain out to where food and your stuff can process through, you're going to have that overload. And then you go to the doctor and you say, hey, I've got all this overload. What's going on? And what do?
And that headaches and sleep issues.
Yeah, and all these other issues that are going on. And they say, oh, well, here, let me patch you up with all these different medications. Next thing you know, you're carrying around like your med bag, and you've got 5 to 10 different medications. You're like, I got to take this one here and this one here and this one here. But again, you never really got to the root cause of what's causing all of those issues. So if you don't unclog your drain, the bathtub's going to spill over. And then we grab the mop, which is the prescriptions, right, to just kind of clean up the mess. But we're never really taking care of the root cause of the system and making sure it flows. So what's the difference between actually doing a detoxifying process and traditional weight loss? So you guys can kind of see this image on there, but just know that nutritional rebalancing is not a diet, right? So fat is created to protect the body from toxins and impurities, which creates unwanted weight. So when you expand or you gain weight, that's your body's fight or flight syndrome, like trying to protect you from the level of toxicity in your body. So you see people that have put on a lot of excess weight, it's because their body's actually trying to go safe mode for them and protect their organs from shutting down. But what a lot of us do is we'll go on this crazy diet, we'll cut a bunch of calories, right? And then we'll lose weight, but you see the guy in the middle, like he's skinny, but you see the level of toxins in there. So he never really got rid of the toxins. So what happens? You rebound. Like you see people all the time, they lose weight and you're like, wow, you dropped 15, 20 pounds. What did you do? And they drunk a magic drink. And then 2 months later, you see them and they're 30 pounds heavier than they were to begin with. So it's the vicious cycle of doing the rebound. But a cellular cleansing actually removes the toxins from the body, creates lean muscle, and burns excess fat. And so you get to a state where you can really healthily maintain that. And you see the guy over on the far right, like that's optimal health, right? So healthy looks a lot better. Some people will look at the one on the left and think that that's actually the most unhealthy, but really the man in the middle is. So
we really try to focus on eating clean, real foods, or what we like to say is like God-made foods, or things that have just, been on earth for a long time, nothing that man's been processing. We like to also, if you wanted to go vegetarian or vegan, we have that option, but we also can allow meats and chickens and fish in, as long as it's grass-fed. We want things without hormones, without antibiotics. Like I was talking about the spraying of the crops, it's the same thing. They're injecting the animals with so much that's actually harmful to us. So we want to try to get our poultry and get our meat from something that's a little bit healthier. Cage-free eggs are fine, wild-caught fish and salmon, lots of organic fruits and vegetables. We also do have carbohydrates that we put in because it is important. Your body needs that. You can't go on a no-carb diet for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. We're active and we do stuff. And if you were to stay that way for forever, and again, this is a lifestyle, you'd end up getting sick because your body needs stuff. But the right kind of carbs are really important. So we can have things like brown rice and quinoa and sweet potatoes. Like Ashley was saying, we can get that comfort food. We can have a way to make some burgers and sweet potato fries. And, we can have all of that. We also do incorporate healthy fats in, making sure that the fats that we are eating are the healthy fats. So when you're cooking, you can use olive oil, coconut oil. You can also add avocados and almond butter and different types of nuts to your daily intake. So we remove foods that don't serve you. Many of the common foods that we eat are a negative effect on our body, and we just chalk it up to being normal. I know for me, as I was getting older, I just thought that I didn't eat unhealthy because I didn't go to fast food restaurants. But I was drinking a cup of coffee in the morning, and then I might go through Starbucks and get another cup of coffee and have a scone. And on my way to work or something, I'd usually skip lunch. And at dinner, I'd have a big salad with some chicken. Maybe it was fried, maybe it was grilled, either way, but it was loaded with dressing. Like, to me, like, I wasn't eating unhealthy, right? But I kept getting bigger and heavier and having issues and feeling that brain fog and draining, just all of that stuff that I just chalked up to getting older and being normal. I didn't think that there was any major health things wrong with me, but I didn't think I was doing anything wrong either. So don't chalk it up to being normal. We have people that say, my gosh, I feel like I was 20 again. And I do. And I'm 42. So I feel like that's great. I'll look to feel like I'm 20 all the time. So did you also know that foods that you eat can also cause drainage and stuffy nose and allergies, bloating, and gas? So a lot of times when you go to like a big family dinner or you go someplace, everybody's like loaded on the couch and they're like, oh, I can't move, roll me out of here. That's probably something that they're eating that's an issue. And the foods that we crave most are the ones that are having the most negative effect on us as well. I've got that sugar craving too, and I know that's the same thing for me, that we've helped you figure out what that is.
Yeah, so we take out foods that don't serve you. So we stay away from preservatives and additives, pesticides, hormones, antibiotics. The big one, dairy, gluten, soy, and whey. I can tell you, I used whey protein for 4 years and thought that it was a great option. I loved the protein that I was using, and said for numerous years that I would never, ever, ever change it. But I was having bad outbreaks with acne. I was getting these like funky skin rashes in the creases of my arms, just weird things. I was always kind of like tired, but I thought it's just because I'm busy. And when I changed just that, just taking whey out of my diet, it was a huge, huge difference for me. And what's funny is I used whey protein and said that I was dairy free, but whey is actually derived from dairy. So for 4 years, I was kind of false preaching. I was like, oh, I'm totally dairy free. I do no dairy. But I was drinking whey protein every day. So, you live and learn, right? The more you know. No refined sugar, no coffee or alcohol. So that's like usually where people go and like hear the record stop during this presentation. We do the Energy Fizz Sticks, which replaces your caffeine drinks. And we'll get into that a little later in there. But I was a minimum 3 cup a day coffee drinker before I started. And I haven't had but maybe 3 cups of coffee since July. And that was just because I was out and about somewhere. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a coffee, and couldn't finish any of them. And I used to have coffee by the IV. So quite a testimony there. No artificial flavors or sweeteners. So aspartame is a poison and has been linked to over 90 different medical conditions, including memory loss, headaches, fibromyalgia, MS, joint pain, Parkinson's, chronic fatigue, and the studies just go on and on. The more that scientists and researchers are doing more studies on these, the more that they're seeing negative effects of aspartame. Cockroaches won't even eat aspartame, if that tells you something about it. So kind of crazy, but
a lot of people put like their Equal or their Splenda or stuff like that in their teas or coffees, and some of the diet sodas that are out there. I mean, that is, that's the artificial sweeteners that we're talking about.
Full of aspartame. We also take out white processed foods, so no white potatoes, white rice, white flour, white sugar, and then no vinegar except for apple cider vinegar.
That's actually a really interesting one, because I didn't realize when I first did this program, we didn't have this great virtual boot camp kind of that we can put you in that we've talked about. I had to just kind of figure it out on my own. And I didn't realize to look at labels and things now that we teach this, which is so cool that we help you go through your pantry and go through your items. But ketchups and all of your, I mean, the number one ingredients is sugar, you know, and then vinegar. And almost all the salad dressings that are out there have vinegar and sugar in them. And it's amazing because I still get blown away by it. When I get to see something that has everything that is healthy, that now I know is healthy, I get so excited because there's a lot of really bad stuff that's out there. And we think, here I am dousing my salad with all this dressing, right? I mean, you might go, oh, I'll have the Italian instead of ranch because I think I'm doing something better, but it's loaded still with stuff that's not good.
Yeah. So what's wrong with refined sugar? Daily intake of sugar causes a continual acidic state. So when your body is in an acidic state, it's more prone to disease and sickness. So a big part of this program is returning your body to an alkaline state, which is optimal health. And sugar just completely robs your body of vitamins and minerals. Dairy, oh my gosh. So I'm sure probably everybody in here has probably like had a milkshake or something before, and then afterwards you're kind of like, oh my gosh, my stomach's killing me. I have a whole theory about dairy, but I mean, basically, and some people have probably heard me say this before, like we are the only species that drinks another species' milk. Like, just think about that for a minute, you know? So I don't think that was the original intent of dairy. Like, you don't see like a cow on a goat's tit. And I just like, I have to just say that because it's really weird when you actually think about like, but we do that, you know, like it's just weird to me. And I was raised on a farm. So that was totally the norm for me, like cows and dairy. And like, we had our own chickens and eggs and everything. But I think of it now and I'm like, man, that's kind of weird. So dairy causes bloating, gas, belly pain. Only 30% of calcium in milk is absorbed. So you can take all the vitamins and minerals, supplements, whatever that you want, but your body's only going to be able to absorb so much of it. And you can actually get twice that amount from a cup of broccoli. So a lot of people that think, oh gosh, where am I going to get my calcium from? Because that's what we were raised thinking, right? Like vitamin or milk does a body good, vitamin D, you got to have it, but you actually get that from green leafy. So
and we do almond milk and coconut milk, and it actually has more calcium in it than regular milk and a lot less calories too.
Yeah. And then the whey protein, I was telling you guys this earlier, so it is derived from dairy. It's the cheapest form of protein on the market, and unfortunately that's what most of our society uses. If you've ever seen the whey making process, like they've got the big giant tub where they're making the cheese and the milk and all the like gunk and goo that rises to the top and makes this gross foam. Like, you know, if you're doing a soup or a stew, you kind of scrape that off and throw it in the trash can. They scrape it off and they actually make whey protein out of that. And so, yeah, it was really eye-opening once I learned the whey making process. And I'm like, I've put that in my body for 4 years, you know. So
detox for like
I'm like constantly detoxing because I'm like, oh, I got all this whey going on. Now I say no whey. So whey is a major contributor to intestinal toxemia, which can eventually lead to IBS or even Crohn's disease.
So crazy. What's also wrong with gluten and soy? Oh my goodness. Well, gluten, an estimated of 50% of the population has some sort of intolerance to gluten. So I'm sure as you go to restaurants and you go places, for a while it used to show calories for this, but now they're showing the GF logo or the V logo for vegan. Like, people are asking for this because they become so sensitive to gluten, not necessarily because they have celiac. Or I know when I go places, I say, oh, can I get your gluten-free menu? Or can I have that as a gluten-free option? They say, oh, is this an allergy? Or is it, or I said, no, I'm just sensitive to it, you know, or it's preference. But really, a lot of people now, because of the way that it's processed, is not the same. It's really difficult to digest. It does cause also inflammation, decreases your immune system, causes loss of energy, clogs those sinuses, and slows your weight loss or slow weight. You get slow weight gain. So soy is also a really big one. And for a long time, you know, people started realizing that dairy was that issue. And so Soy milk became really popular. That was another milk alternative. Soy-based protein, and really soy is also a highly processed crop. It is also very and difficult to digest. And the effects of a female hormone as well. So this is a fit fact that I've heard a couple of them that are pretty outstanding. Drinking 2 glasses of soy milk for 1 month has enough of the chemical to alter a woman's menstrual cycle. Well, we also know a lot of young girls, 10 and under, that are now, starting to experience that as well. And that's due to soy. We know guys that have switched to soy. There's celebrities that have posted about it, and they get man boobs. I don't know, but I know a lot of men don't want man boobs. So we're just going to say soy. Soy. No, thank you, right?
We're good.
Yeah. So what we really try to focus on is correcting your pH. So when you eat clean, you correct your pH. And all food is either alkaline or acidic forming. So we really, really try to show you and help you understand the alkalinity process versus the acidity process, and what foods are more acidic or less acidic, and what foods are more alkaline and less alkaline. So your body is also in a more, if it's in more of an alkaline or acidic state, you're more prone to those diseases, that toxic overload that we talked about, illnesses, bacteria, and viruses. Everything you put in your mouth is filtered through your liver, and everything you put on your skin is also absorbed in the bloodstream within about 26 seconds, and then it filters also through your liver. So your skincare and your personal care products are just as important as what you eat. We like to say we like to try to help you get healthy from the inside and from the outside. What we do love, and one of the things we're going to go over is why we love Arbonne's products, is because everything is pH correct, on the inside and outside, and all gluten-free and dairy-free and everything that we've mentioned as well.
So one of the key components of this program is helping to balance out your blood sugar. A lot of our population really struggles with the highs and the lows, kind of the dips and the valleys through the day. So eating sugar and acidic carbs, especially simple carbs, so any of your packaged or processed kind of quick grab foods, causes the body to secrete insulin, and insulin signals the body to bring the blood sugar down and to hold on to fat. So it kind of stems from like caveman mentality when they were out and they were hunters and gatherers, and their body would go into that hold mode because they were going to need that energy later. We still try to eat the same, but we don't do the same hunting and gathering, right? Like we don't live like cavemen anymore. So it's really changed the dynamics of our body over the years. Low blood sugar causes the craving. So you guys have probably felt it before if you've been out and about. Maybe you had a busy day, you skipped lunch, and then you'll be at a checkout at a store or something, and right there at the checkout of somewhere that's not even a food place will have a lot of food. Like, you go to Ross or Marshall's or something like that, and they have the whole candy and chips and snack section, and that's not like a food place, but it's everywhere and it's so readily available. So maybe you just grab a Snickers and you're like, oh, I'll kind of make up for it at dinner, I'll do better this evening. But then your body is in that crave mode where now all you just want is sugar, 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 or you want fast food after that. You just kind of want the fat food at that point. So anything that causes a rise in our blood sugar results in inflammation. And inflammation is at the basis of every disease process. So if you think back to the slide that had the nutritional rebalance and the guy on the far left, obviously a lot of inflammation going on there. So we balance the blood sugar by eating at regular intervals. So about every 3 to 4 hours. Most of my coworkers tease me because they're like, are you eating again? Are you eating again? Yes, I'm always eating throughout the day. I don't skip meals, obviously. Or eating excessively large portions that will cause your blood sugar to rise and fall as well. And then eating balanced snacks or meals that includes whole foods, proteins, carbs, and healthy fats. So for all the macro counters and stuff out there too, this program falls right into line. So that's Arbonne pretty much in a whole. That's what this whole program is about, and also supporting your elimination organs. So our bodies will eliminate toxins through any way that it can. livers, kidneys, intestines, skin. The liver has over 500 functions, and to detoxify and clean out is the liver's primary function. You guys can read some of the stats up there, but this one always stands out to me. The intestines can hold 5 to 25 pounds of waste at any given time. It is so gross. And when you really I always get a mental picture when I see this. I know that's terrible, but I think oh my gosh, 5 pounds. Cause you guys have probably seen the picture of 1 pound of muscle compared to 1 pound of fat, and multiply that right by 5 or 25 or anywhere in between. And it is just insane to think that all that could be inside of your body. So like Sarah had kind of said at the beginning, our bodies need a tune-up, just like our cars do, just like we spring clean our house. So once we start fueling our bodies with the proper nutrients and supplements, our bodies will heal themselves. That's what our body ultimately wants to do, is be healthy and heal.
So we already talked a little bit about some of the Arbonne things and how we fit in, being that we're alkaline forming and we are pH correct. We are also low glycemic certified, so it is safe for diabetics, vegan certified, and our standards exceeds those of the FDA. That's really important because we do follow European standards, and European standards are much, much stricter. 14,000 ingredients are banned in Europe, where really only about 10 are here in the US. And so we are on Swiss heritage, and that's one of the reasons why we exceed the FDA. Arbonne essential products are formulated without any animal products or byproducts, no dairy, gluten, soy, or GMOs, no cholesterol, trans fat, or artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners. Like win, win, win with all of that, right? You'll see that our products support a very busy lifestyle, and actually this program can be less expensive than grocery shopping and eating out. We find that, if you go to Costco, does anybody go to Sam's or Costco members? When you go and you just need a couple things, and before you know it, you have a cart full of stuff because you needed your toilet paper and you needed this, you needed all this stuff, but you have $200 or $300 worth of stuff in your cart, but it's going to last you a month or a couple months or whatever it is, and you don't have to go back there again for a while. Well, that's kind of like how our products work too. A lot of the things that we have will give you a long time frame. It's not just, here's 5 sticks for something to drink for a week. We've got a 30-day supply of just about everything that we have is at least 30-day supply. So some of the things we're going to go over, and you can see all of the nutrition that's there, but on the right-hand side, underneath the green tabletop runner there, that's those items that are grouped together is what's in our kit. Our nutrition kit will really fuel you for an entire 30 days. And what you get is 2 bags of protein. You can have 1 chocolate and 1 vanilla. You can open those and smell those. I love the vanilla. It kind of smells like cake batter. And again, that's the sweet tooth in me talking. But you can get 2 vanillas, 2 chocolates. You can change up the flavors if you like. But the protein's pretty wonderful. It's got 20 grams of that vegan protein. It's made from yellow peas, brown rice, and cranberries. And yellow peas at a meal actually help you stay fuller longer, and it's very easy to digest. We also, if you look at the back of the protein, you'll notice a huge long list of essential vitamins and minerals that are in there. That, I think, is also #1 key of why we think that our product is one of the best that's on the market. Again, trying to find something without soy and without your gluten and without whey, really important. But then when you do find a plant-based protein, if you can find one that even tastes decent that's out there, it doesn't contain even close to the amount of vitamins and minerals. And ours tastes really good. It also has 13 grams of complex carbs, so that's the good carbs. And you can drink 1 or 2 of those a day. A lot of people that would be looking at weight loss, they would do 2 shakes a day. And you can use those as a meal replacement. So you could have 1 for breakfast and you can have 1 for lunch. Depending on your lifestyle, you could do lunch and dinner and eat a full breakfast, whatever works for you. We have a lot of people who work night shifts or nurses. We have people who are pilots and flight attendants. And so their schedule's really, really different than I think majority. And they're able to really fit this into a busy lifestyle. And also for those that work out, we also really like to stress that our protein has a full amino acid profile, and it's really great for that lean muscle building. So in the kit, there's 2 boxes of the fizz sticks. There's the pomegranate and the citrus, which those are also made over there if you haven't had a chance to sample those. There's going to be enough there for 60 of them. They have 30 pomegranate and 30 citrus, and you can have 1, 2, or even 3 of those a day. We usually stock up a little bit more in the beginning if you're trying to get rid of soda or the coffee. It really is like a wonderful, yummy drink that you can mix in with berries. You can make it slushy. You can even add it to your shakes. You can have it with more water diluted. I love the pomegranate with slices of lemon. I think it kind of tastes almost like a pomegranate lemonade. It's like my favorite. So what does this actually do though? So not just replacing the coffee, soda, and energy drinks and black teas or sweet drinks, but it's also alkaline forming. So it helps your body get more in that alkaline state. It helps suppress appetite. It boosts your metabolism and increases your energy. I really think that's like the key to my prompt alertness that I was saying when I got out of that brain fog. And I just was finding more clarity. I think it's because of the fizz sticks. So I would say I'm a fizz addict now.
Oh,
but
yeah.
There's no sugar, artificial sweeteners, or high fructose corn syrup. So it is very healthy for you.
We also have the Digestion Plus over there. You guys can see that. So this is one that I don't leave home without, even if I'm not specifically doing a detox or on the clean eating program. When I'm traveling a lot and maybe you get in a bind and you have to kind of pick the best thing at the airport, or you're in a crazy place and you want to try that fun little hole in the wall spot, I take my Digestion Plus. It saves my life every time. It promotes digestion and increases your nutrient uptake. So 80% of our immune system is in our gut, and then your gut is responsible for your mood. So no one's ever happy with a tummy ache, right? Like, and so all your skin conditions also start in the gut. So you guys remember back when I was talking about, like, yeah, me too, like my skin was really broken out and I was having a lot of like crazy rashes. And of course, some of that came from the way that I was taken in, but it also because I didn't have the gut support that I needed. So the Digestion Plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and 11 digestive enzymes. And it is patented. It's like no other on the market. The difference with ours is it survives your body's high temperature. So a lot of probiotics and prebiotics break down in high temperature, but our stomach and our gut is actually extremely warm. Like you can touch your tummy at any time and it's warmer than pretty much any place on your body. And ours still continues to work even under that extreme heat. And so it also aids in correcting your body's pH. So you guys will see a trend of that. Everything that we're talking about aids in correcting your pH. And you'll also get your daily fiber boost. So the average person needs 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day, and most of us get around 4. So some people take like Metamucil or some other kind of over-the-counter supplement, which might boost you up to about 10. So we're still not really getting the amount of fiber that we need. I was a little skeptical about this one because I've tasted Metamucil before and it was disgusting, but ours is odorless, tasteless, textureless. So I just blend mine into my protein smoothie every morning and I don't even know that it's there. And it also helps to keep you full longer. So you don't have those urges to just devour food all through the day. And it helps pull sugar and toxins through your body faster, which again goes back to balancing that blood sugar that we had talked about earlier. So it's super important for diabetics to have a high fiber diet, and this goes right in line with that. So one serving contains half the recommended daily value, and you can use up to 1 scoop a day. We usually start people out a little bit slower, maybe with 1/4 a scoop per shake or something a day, until our bodies start to actually get used to it, because most of us do not get near enough fiber. So a fun fact, if you change nothing else about your diet, but you started getting your daily recommended fiber, you can lose close to 10 pounds in a year just on fiber alone. Isn't that crazy?
So another thing that's in there, there's 2 boxes of our detox tea. And so you can have it hot or cold, and we have that cold back there as well. I'm a fan of mixing, again, my citrus fizz with my tea. I like to make it kind of a tizzy, is what I call it. But you can have 1 to 3 of those a day. It does regulate your cholesterol, and it balances your blood sugar. It promotes weight loss. It supports the production, I never can pronounce this, lutein, which is it's basically the mother of all antioxidants. But it has 9 botanicals in there. So again, look at the back of the ingredients. They're wonderful. Milk thistle supports your liver and kidney and the GI tract. It helps flush out the toxins, and when the toxins get flushed, guess what follows? The fat. There's also the last item that's in there is the 7-day cleanse. The body cleanse is very, very mild. We actually, in our program, we promote to do that in week 3. We feel it's very important for our clients to go through the proper process of detoxifying the body and taking those toxins out slowly. And then as we get to our 3rd week, it does help release all the extra toxins that might still be floating around in there, and any heavy metals as well.
We lost the video.
I lost the video.
Yep.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yep. We're up. Okay. Oh. I lost a couple things at the same time. There we go. But it does do a gentle elimination of those heavy metals, so it's not anything that you have to be worried about, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be running to the bathroom, or I'm going to be stuck in somewhere. Someone made a joke the other day, I'm going to have to get a porta potty and glue it to my butt, right? And I'm like, no, you won't. That's your girl.
Not that, yeah. One of my people.
It's real simple though, and you can take it with you. You just open it up, you shake it and pour it in some water, and we drink it over a 4 to 8 hour time frame. And you continue during that week of using that, eating everything that we've mentioned. You have a lot of healthy things that you can eat with it. So there's some add-ons there too. I encourage you to try out some of the fit chews. There's a lemon, a chocolate, and a caramel. These are add-ons that you can just add to your kit as well. They do suppress the appetite, and it does give you some energy. I like to have 1 or 2 of those a day. I always find like around 2 or 3, I'm kind of craving that little sweet treat while I'm at work. So I just open my drawer and grab a Fit Chew. And then I'm not starving when I get home and I'm cooking dinner or waiting, because it does holds me over. And then at night after dinner, I'll be sitting on the couch, about an hour or so later. And my daughter will be eating some, I don't know, something that I can't have, some Reese's Pieces or I don't know, something. Yeah. And I want that sweet fix. And I can get those, and I can eat one of those, and it works great. I love to mash up the chocolate and the caramel and put a couple nuts in there. It's like a praline. So I get real creative with stuff. I've melted the caramel on top of the apples and chopped up some nuts with it, and I get caramel apples. I've also put the caramel in my, I make like a hot cocoa, hot cocoa with the chocolate, and it's like a caramel hot cocoa. So there's just so many different things that you could do, and we teach you how to do that. There's also some greens balance that's over there. So if you feel like you're not getting enough of your greens in throughout the day, that's a real easy thing, especially if you're traveling. You can just get 1 scoop of that, and you get all of your servings of all your vegetables and your fruits. The back of that is really one that I encourage you to read, because you're going to be blown away. It has all your reds, all your blues, all your yellows, and all your greens, even though it's called a greens balance. So you can see all the red fruits and vegetables, all the blues, and all of those nutrients that you get from there. And it's just loaded with antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, omega-3s, and toxin cleansing powerhouses.
So a couple of other things is the Full Control, and that's another add-on in the Arbonne Evolution set. So it's a kiwi strawberry flavor, so that one's really fun. You just mix with water and drink, and it will help control your portions. My husband uses that one, so he had like an extra 5 pounds that he said he just had to lose, which I think he looked great, but he wanted to lose 5 more pounds, so he started using the Full Control, and I thought he was sick because he's usually like a 3 plates kind of guy. And he only ate 1 at a restaurant one night, and I was like, that's it. And he's like, I'm full.
He'll order 2 or 3.
Yeah, he'll order
meals.
a lot. And then he needed a to-go box, and that never happens in our house. So that was kind of neat.
It works.
It works, yeah. And then the Thermo Booster comes with that, and that just helps to boost your metabolism and burn some of that stored fat to give you more energy. It also helps to build lean muscle mass. So he says that he's getting his sexy on now with his evolution. So what does a sample day on the detox look like? So you wake up, you have your Digestion Plus on an empty stomach, and then wait about 15 to 30 minutes before having your breakfast. And then for most, they'll do a breakfast protein shake. I know that works best for me because I blend it right before I walk out the door, and then I drink it on my way to work. So I don't have time in the mornings to sit down and like have a full, plate of breakfast, although that sounds great. I just don't have the time for that. So it works really well. And then you can have your cup of detox tea and or a fizz stick after your shake for those that need caffeine first thing in the morning. The detox tea helps a lot after your morning shake.
I do that backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that.
Yeah, I have my digestion and then tea.
Me too.
And then shake.
So I kind of shake, blend it, pour it in a to-go cup, and I drink it on my way to work.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after that, you have a snack, and you get all the support from the group, obviously. So we give you guys a bunch of snack ideas, and then you'll have your lunch. That can be another shake or a clean meal, which we give you the recipes for as well. Another snack if you're hungry, and then dinner, which depending on if you've done 1 or 2 shakes a day or what your weight loss goals are, that might be a shake or it could be a full dinner. And then after dinner, like Sarah said, if you're hungry, you can do your tea or you can make a praline. So we always leave a 12-hour window between your last meal of the day and your breakfast. And there's a whole science behind that, but it takes 12 hours for your body to totally do a detoxifying and elimination process. So there's also some other things that you could add on with the skin, and we'll just kind of go past these, but we can talk about it more afterwards if anyone has questions. So how do you save on this program? Becoming a preferred client is a one-time $20 sign-up fee, and this gets you 20 to 40% off all year long. So your kits are 40% off of regular price. And then you get a free $50 gift of your choice with a purchase of $150 or more. And then you start earning rewards on your purchases. So it's a great rewards program. You'll just all of a sudden look at your account and you've got, maybe $40 off of a $150 regular price purchase plus free shipping. So you start to build those rewards.
I kind of think of like Kohl's Cash is shop at Kohl's,
Yeah.
Except for they only do it only or during a certain time. And Arbonne offers this all the time for our clients, which is so cool. So you choose what you want to buy, when you want to buy it. It ships straight to your door. We just teach you how to get free shipping, how to get your extra cash, and when you're placing orders, you get rewards, and then you can use those rewards towards additional things and get extra cash off on top of your discount, which is really cool.
You could also sign up as a consultant, which is what Sarah and I do, and that's $79, and you actually get 35 to 80% off all year and a free $100 gift with a $250 purchase. And then most of us started just by sharing this program and the products because we love it and we believe in it and we use it. And then you earn some extra income off of your sales or referrals with that. We've been in business now for over 37 years. We just hit 37. Our business model is like no other. It's insane. And you actually have unlimited potential. So you can work the business as much as you want to or as little as you want to. It's totally up to you. So live healthy and wealthy by simply using our products and sharing them and the opportunity with others. So these are just a couple of pictures from some of our clients that we've coached.
While she's showing those, I'm going to go ahead and make some shakes so you guys can taste some of the shakes.
Okay. So I love sharing the before and after pictures. I'm a very visual person, so I need to kind of see it. She lost 19 pounds in 28 days. And, we talk a lot about the weight loss and how much weight people lose, but I do like to add in that it's not always about the weight loss, because the things that a scale can't measure is how much better you're sleeping, your energy level, your skin clearing up, you're not having cravings, your mood's better, stamina. I'll just say it, your stamina is a lot better. So those are all kind of bonuses and pluses that the scale doesn't really measure. The weight loss is awesome, but there's a lot of other things about this program too. So 14 pounds in 1 month. She just kept going, did a second round, and ended up losing 30. So you see the big difference in the skin. This is one of our good friends here. off of 11 out of 13 medications. And I have a testimony. My mother-in-law was the same way. So she was taking about 10 different medications. And now she's got like maybe 2 that she carries in her purse, and she only takes them if, you know, she feels like she needs to. So that's awesome. 20 pounds in a month. Day 1, 24 and 49. And you see the bathtub analogy over on the left, you know, kind of spilling over the sides, and then it just started getting better and better.